Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. I'm your boy, Rion the Sad Panda, and today I have a very special video for you. Basic Guide for Beginners, Part 1. We will be looking at customs, we'll be looking at interchange, but before I kick that off, we'll just look at what you need to do and what you need to know if you're new to Tarkov. It can be a very daunting prospect. Without any further ado, like I always say, gentlemen, laat ons gooi manne, laat ons gooi. I'm going to be getting rid of this cam, boom, so that you aren't distracted by this beautiful face. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's crack straight into it. You're part of the amigos, part of the embarrassment of pandas. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. So you're new into Tarkov, this is the first screen you get. First tip, inventory management. I'm going to go into my character, you'll see that my first 8 slots are open. Key to this being all of the new stuff that you get, all of the flea market items that you sell, all of the items you get from your scav, you need space to put it in. If you just smash it in anywhere, you're gonna quickly run out of space and you're not gonna know where your items are or what you need to keep. When you start off, you're not gonna have all of these boxes. In time, you will get all of these boxes. Yes, these boxes save you a lot of space, but you will get that in time. Remember, if you're a scav and you don't have any spaces in your inventory to transfer the items, you're not going to be able to transfer any items and you're going to lose all of it. Inventory management is key, even in the EOD edition, especially so more if you're in the standard edition. Another tip quickly in here is backpack management. Just remember, you can stack your backpacks like this. This is its inception amount of backpacks that I have in here. So you just have one and you keep on stacking them. So for tip number 3, if you pick up a gun and you want to sell it, do not just sell it as a whole. Right click and disassemble, sell it in its parts. You're going to get much more money for it. Selling works like this. First and foremost, if you disassemble a gun, skier is the hardest to get rep. You need rep to unlock higher levels. So you will always sell everything to skier first, whatever skier takes. You are going to sell to him. Once you've sold everything to him, you switch over to mechanic and you sell the rest. Mechanic generally buys all of the rest. Very simple, very easy to do. If the magazine has ammo in, I would generally take the ammo out as well. Check on the flea market if it's not worth more. Everything, even though it might give you only 2,000 or 3,000 rubles, all of those rubles are valuable in the end. And in the long run, 1,000 rubles here, 2,000 rubles there every raid is going to quickly add up to a lot of money. The fourth tip, barter items from therapist level 1. Very, very simple to do and very easy to get. You're always going to need a painkiller and you're always going to need meds. Now for a painkiller level 1, you need 2 matches. You find these everywhere, very easy to get. For a car medkit, you need 2 duct tapes. What makes the car medkit good, it also acts as a stop for bleeding. Tip number 5, heal up after a raid. Now I'm not just talking about your general healing, I'm talking about your water and I'm talking about your energy. As you can see, I've died in the previous raid. You need to heal yourself up. You just right click any healing that you have and you click heal all. It heals up all of your items. You'll see that it heals you. My water is 99 out of 100 and my food is 105 out of 110. You can use any food to get energy back. Just know most food will drain some water. I generally try and pick up or bring in a milk or a pineapple juice. I would say pineapple juice is pretty good because it gives you hydration and it gives you energy. So for tip number 6, always loot scav pockets and backpacks. The amount of items you can find in there is invaluable. About 90% of the time you're going to find stuff that aren't valuable. However, that 10% that you do find something in it, like a lab's key card, you can find almost any like key in it. You can find drinks, you can find a lot of valuable items in it. One scav can easily be worth 200k. Now just imagine on a map where you kill about 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 scavs and each of them have a valuable item in their backpack. You can get away quickly with a lot of money. Always remember that. For tip number 7, insurance is invaluable. Most of the time, especially with early game items, you will get it back. You have the option of insuring with either Barter or with therapist. In the beginning, I would definitely say insure with Barter. It's 3 times cheaper than Therapist. It takes a little bit longer to get your items back, but you will most likely always get it back. You see the shield icon on it. That means that I've insured it. What this means is if you get killed and people don't loot your items, they don't take it out of the raid, you will get it back within between 20 and 29 hours. You cannot insure consumables. As you can see, I can't insure my bullets, I can't insure my nades, I can't insure any drinks or food. Very valuable item, especially if you're starting the game off now. Most people will not pick up your item as it takes too much space. It's not worth much money, so they will drop your items and you will always get it back. So the 8th tip that I have for you is more rather a playstyle. If you run with your shotgun or your pistol, you run into a player that's fully geared, fast NT helmet, a Gen 4 armor, tricep backpack, fully sweaty boy with an M4. The one place that he will never have armor is on his legs. If you leg meta him, you have a chance of killing him. That's why it's called leg meta. If you run up to someone and they don't have a face shield, obviously it's better to try and hit them in the head. But if they have full gear on, especially if you have a shotgun, shoot for the legs and you will most likely be able to kill them. And for tip number 9, I have a quest related tip for you. I wish someone had told me this at the beginning of Tarkov. For the first 2 seasons, it cost me so much time to try and repair this. Once you hit chemical part 4, all you need to remember is turn this quest into skier. Do not turn this quest into anybody else. Get rep for skier is extremely difficult in the early game. When you get to chemical spot 4, all you remember is turn it in to skier. Ladies and gentlemen, so for the first map that we will be looking at, it is customs. In the beginning of Tarkov, this is a map that you need to get accustomed to, as about 80% of your quests are either on customs, with the other 20% being on shoreline. Really simple map to get used to once you get to know the key locations. I hope that my tips give you a good idea of where you can start. Tip number 1, buy the customs of the ski. This is known as Big Red. Those are the storages, and boiler side is all the way there. Storms is to your left. You are gonna do so many quests at this single building that it's worth just buying the customs of the ski. It's only about 17,000 rubles. Very simple to get, very easy to do. There's no limited use, you can always use it. You're gonna unlock it. Open this door, a couple of computers, food, everything that you need. Key in here is you can actually reach it. One of the few doors. You have a safe, you have a jacket that you can search in there, and you actually have a couple of Christmas balls on this side. You'll find a lot of the items that you need for quest right on this. For tip number 2, there's quite a few keys that you can use in both of these storms, a lot relating to quest. The rooms that I'm going to be focusing on are the rooms with safes. First and foremost, dorm room 105. Why safes? Because they can spawn the most valuable items. Right there, there's a safe. So that's dorm room 105. Next in line is dorm room 114. There we go. You need this for a quest as well. Pretty expensive key. You have a computer, but again, safe med on this. Dorm room 1110, right behind 114. Go in, boom, another safe. Fuel conditioner worth about 150,000 in the flea market at the moment. You pick it up, keep it in the beginning because you can need for a quest. If you don't need it anymore, 150,000, easy there. The guard desk, 114, 110, 105. The guard desk, one I always utilize. Gun box, ammo box grenades, spawn, gun rack, and a key can spawn in there. If you enter 3-story dorms, before you go to the marked room, always check there, another factory exit key. Even if you have one, with 50 out of 50 charges. That key can sell for 75 grand. You're gonna go up all the way to level 3. Be mindful, this is the most highly contested spot probably on customs. You're gonna go all the way down and you're gonna use your mark room key. Now, if you don't have a mark room key, it costs you 25,000 on the flea market. As you open it, literally any single item that you can find in the game can spawn in this circle. Quite a few maps have these. As I go through my tips on other maps, I will show you the location. A nice P90, FN57, bullet for an M4. That's pretty expensive. Any item can spawn in here. If you are lucky though, and you can find a wallet, you can get a red key card in it, which is worth between 20 and 30 million rubles. Yep, 20 and 30 million rubles. Be mindful though, a lot of people don't have the key for it. I do not understand why they just don't buy it off the flea market. Maybe they're a scav and they scavved in. Always check the bathroom, not just here. A lot of people come and sit here. They wait for you to open the mark room, and as you open it, they come out and shoot you and they take your loot. As a continuation of tip number 2, the factory exit key that you can not only use in factory, but in customs as well. That's the boiler. That's the old gas station right there. You walk up, you're able to unlock this. Boom. There you go. And you unlock the other door as well. It leads you to the new gas station and to the breach. Be mindful if scav boss spawns at the new gas station. There's a lot of players on that breach that are going to be able to have you. Let's say you don't have the factory key because it's fairly expensive on the flea market, probably about 75,000. You don't have to worry. You can come up to this car. First and foremost, you look for the Ollie logistics key in there. That's worth about 750. So all you need to do is jump onto the car, you walk up to the end and you jump. Very simple to do. Now you can just jump over this. As I said, be mindful, a lot of players are generally in this area. So get straight over, prone and start crawling. Tip number 3, be mindful that scav boss and his guards can spawn in on customs, either at the new gas station or they spawn in at dorms, 3-story dorms or 2-story dorms. They aimbot you, so you better be ready to fight them. If they are aggroed onto you, do not engage them. Don't even peek a corner, they will aimbot you to the head. A very cheeky way of doing this, if you know that they are in dorms 3 on the 2nd or 3rd level, you walk to the front, you do this as quickly as possible, you aim right there and you chuck a nade. Same there, you aim right there and you chuck a nade. If they will generally be at the stairs. If they are, that one nade will kill them all. If you move over to the back of 2-story dorms and you know that the scavs are in there, same thing. Cheeky way of doing it, but you just do it. You aim right there, you aim a little bit down, and you chuck a nade. Boom. If they are on these stairs, up or down, it will kill Rashala. It will kill any of his guards in one go. If you're not sure, just aim up again, aim a little bit down, and chuck another nade. Tip number 4, as you can see, that is the boiler. Old gas station. If there's green smoke, it means that you can extract from it. Not that I want to show you. However, if you run to old gas station, you go in on this table right here. This is a very rare loot spawn. Any item in the game can spawn in this location. Yes, there's only a AMM, there's generally some loot on this side as well. However, any single item can spawn on this table. The extract is just down there, you don't need any key to it. And right here at the back, let me just show you quickly. If you're looking for a med bag with morphine, you need to find Sallowas in game, or you need to find morphines in game. This is a med bag. You can look at the back of the old gas station. Key is that table, as you can see. Boom. That table provides you with any loot, any gun that you can find in the game. So next in line is interchange. For me personally, the hardest map to learn. It is a massive mall and it can be extremely daunting. Let's start off in basic chunks, and we're going to be looking at the generic stores, Ollie, Goshan and Idea in that order, and then we will be looking at the tech stores, and from there some other key locations. Let's get into it. Like I always say, gentlemen, laat ons gooi manne, laat ons gooi. Tip number 1 for interchange: avoid the middle of the map early game. By that I mean that's Idea, that's Ollie, Goshan is at the back of this. With the introduction of the new quest, kill Killer, the scav boss, 100 times, everybody is flocking to the middle of the map. And not just everybody, every juiced boy you can find, M4, tactic, everything that you can think of that is high level gear is in the middle of the map. If you are level 10 and you're gonna run in there with your poor little MP5, you will absolutely get shredded. Even if you're lucky enough to not bump into a juiced player, if you bump into Killer, he's one of the bosses that will aggro onto you, meaning he will come running towards you and he will kill you insta. Try and avoid the middle of the map. You can navigate the map through the 3 stores without even touching the mid. Tip number 2, know your generic stores. Ollie, Goshan at the back, and Idea. Most populated store out of all of them is definitely gonna be Ollie. If you're standing in front of Ollie, this is how it looks. I wouldn't stand here because scavs will always spawn in here. If you look to the right, that's where we just were. Those are some tech stores that we'll get to in tip 3. But here we are in front of Ollie. To the right, you're gonna get a couple of offices. The Ollie logistics key, as I said in customs, that's where you're gonna use it. For me, a couple of valuable spots that I go to when I go to Ollie. It's right here. You see these racks, these shelves, you can find a shit ton of industrial loot on it. On every single one of these, that's an air filter, you can find industrial loot. Everybody always comes here as the loot is significant. Now for the rest of the store, every single rack can have items on. Every single storage unit can have some form of loot on it. For me, this is where I get to. If you are gonna search through every rack, I'm pretty sure you're gonna find fuel, you're gonna find gas canisters, you're gonna find gas analyzers. However, this is where I come. I've come here with a tricep and filled it up to the brim just from looking at this spot. So here you are at the back of Goshan. On all of these racks at the back of Goshan, you can find industrial items, especially on these 2 at the bottom and those 2 at the bottom. Couple of key locations in Goshan. So that is the mid that I said you need to try and avoid, especially early game. You're gonna go left. All of these racks can spawn food and various items. If you have time, you can go through it. That's not for me. The quest that people find hard is you need to find 4 in-game batteries. You see this trolley? Right there in front is where you can find battery. Good battery spawn location. And right here. You're also gonna have a quest that you need to find about 12 chashonkas, cans of beef in raid. This is the best store to do it. I generally go straight to the front, right here, and I walk shelf to shelf. Just bring the torch with you. All of these you can find it easy. In one raid I've been able to find 8 chashonkas. In another raid I can find 0. So if you're lucky, you can get that quest done in like 2 or 3 raids, or even in 1 raid. Tip number 3. 3 tech stores to loot in interchange. Be mindful that this is probably the most highly contested areas that you can find. That's the front of Ollie. Right here is a tech store. Look on every single rack. You can see there's a military cable, light bulb, hard drive, caps, everything that you can find. As I say again, you will even find hatchlings here because this is easy loot, very valuable items. Once you finish that, you're going to go up the escalator. This is Tech Light, probably the most valuable tech store that you can find. Again, start from the front. You can even look the cash registers, look that magnet, look on every single rack. You'll find a lot of items on here. These locations will always be looted first for anyone that spawns on Ollie's side because of the rarity of the items that you can find. Now after you loot it upstairs, you're gonna run down. This is the tech store we just looted. You're gonna run straight here to Rasmussen, another tech store. Boom. Look on all these racks all the way. You can even go straight down. PSU with a lot of items, a lot of G-phones spawn on this. Be mindful, in this area is hotspot. People can come from the basement, but the killer can be in this area as well. If you're not ready for him, he will kill you instantly. The 3 tech stores alone, if you're lucky, can net you 1 million rubles in one run. As for the computer rooms in Ollie, a lot of the quests require you to find flash drives in RAID or graphics cards. These are the shelves that we talked about earlier. You just take the exit right here. You run around the corner and you go into this room. Open a door, always keep the closed door behind you. It doesn't look suspicious. Enter here. And right here, look in every cubicle. There's a PC, there's a gun box. Look for your flash drives, easy to find. As for the computer rooms for Goshan, that's where the burning truck is. This is where you can find the Chashonkas. You can unlock each of these registers, something I would not do. You need the Goshan key, which you can find at the white bus at the back of new gas station on customs. What we're looking for here, however, you're gonna go to this door, is the computer room. You're gonna go straight in. I would always close this door. Both of those doors are open, just close it and start searching. In every single cubicle, you're gonna find a computer. Look for flash drives. Generally, vodka, excellent. Gun box on here. And go inside this room. There's a duffel bag as well. I have found in this room alone, in one run, 3 flash drives. You come straight to this corner and you search this jacket as well. I found both my mark room keys for customs on this, and on this there's generally a bit of food that spawns. Food that spawns on here, and some tech spawns right here. So when you're in front of idea, you're gonna wanna go straight in, run up this escalator. It's gonna make a lot of noise, so if you're late, people are gonna be here. Be mindful, a lot of scavs spawning on this side. There will most likely be scavs on this side as well. The room you see here on your left is a highly contested room, but this is the one spot in idea that is really valuable. You get a duffel bag, you get quite a few tech spawns on these front shelves. You have a ton of PCs with the opportunity to spawn flash drives in those 4 flash spots. You can search each of them. There's a lot. Just look in every cubicle and you'll find PCs in them. As you go out the back, all of these shelves are tech spawns. They can get drills, they can get Tetrises, Helixes, anything that you can find. In the whole of idea, this is probably the most valuable office spot. Be ready that if you are gonna come here, you will 100% run into people. Once you run out here at the back, you go to this TV set. Even though it's a very small spot, a lion can actually spawn there. You will just see it sticking through the top. So if you stand at the back of Goshan, an extra computer room that's worth looking at is the power station right there. If you're standing in front of the power station and you open this door, there's a couple of entrances. You'll see there's jackets, there's tool sets that you can search. You can even go left here, more jackets, food and drink spawn on here. The RB/AK key for reserve spawns right there. However, the room for the purposes of this video is the computer room here at the back. 3 computers, 1, 2, 3, 1 in the corner. That right there is the paid extract. You'll see the black car standing right there. If you are in here as well, this is a tech spawn, as you can see right on here. I would definitely search these filing cabinets as well. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Part 1 of the basic guide for beginners. Interchange for me was the most difficult map out of all of them. I have just gone through the main stores. Every single store in there is lootable. It's got clothing, it's got tech spawns, it's got manufacturing items, it's got food. Every single store in there has items. Custom, same thing. I showed you the basics. If you want full guides, check in the description below. I really appreciate the support. I have individuals up where I literally go to every single store and every single place on customs and show you where to find the keys, what you need to do. The videos are between 35 and 50 minutes long. If you have the time, check them out, especially if you're new. It really gives you a proper idea of what you need to do. I really appreciate the support. Follow me on YouTube, Twitch and Twitter at @RionTheSadPanda. And like I always say, gentlemen, laat ons gooi manne, laat ons gooi. I stream on Twitch 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. If I have time on Saturdays, I stream the whole of Saturday. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the next one, part 2. Peace.